Welcome back, Harmony Queen. In today's video, we're discussing polycystic ovary syndrome, also known as PCOS, that affects many women worldwide. We'll be discussing the 4 types of PCOS in this video, 4 ways to support healthy ovulation, as well as supplements for PCOS. This is something that you can absolutely reverse, and I'm going to be sharing with you, hey, if I was diagnosed with PCOS today, these are the exact steps that I would begin to take. My name is Kiran. I'm a functional health practitioner specializing in women's gut and hormone health. A woman may be diagnosed with PCOS if 2 of the following 3 criteria is met. So the first meaning a lack of ovulation, so she's not getting her period at all. And even if you do get a period, that does not necessarily mean you're ovulating. How do we know if someone's ovulating? Well, ovulation is the main event of a woman's cycle, and this happens because this is where you produce progesterone, which is your hormone that dominates in the second half of your cycle. The second reason for this is a woman who has high level of androgens in the blood or symptoms that suggest you have high androgens. This is not always the case. You can have acne and not high androgens. This can look like abnormal body hair, growth, or thinning of hair. And the third is polycystic ovaries. Now, there are 4 main types of PCOS, but a woman can have more than one. You can have a mix of both, but there's one main one that over 70% of women have, which is insulin resistant PCOS. Insulin resistance is when high levels of insulin prevent ovulation and activate the ovaries to produce more androgens like testosterone. And so some symptoms of this can look like weight gain, a woman who has cravings, big sugar cravings. Your period is also irregular. That's what this looks like. So if you're craving those sweets, the carbs, the sugars all the time, if you're apple shaped and carry most of your weight around your middle, that is a strong indicator as well. And this is absolutely something that can be transformed through lifestyle. The second type of PCOS is the second most common type, and this is pill-induced PCOS. When a woman goes on birth control, the hormonal birth control, let me be clear. The main method by which hormonal birth control works is it suppresses your ovulation. Ovulation, that being suppressed, what that does is that prevents you from making hormones. A lack of a period is a lack of a hormones being produced. Once you come off of the pill and your cycle, you want it to get regular again, your body has gone under this stress for some period of time. And now it's got nutrients that it needs to replenish. It's got added support that needs to happen. And so once you stop taking the pill, your ovaries should begin to work again after a period of time, become regular in terms of your ovulation. However, your ovulation can continue to be suppressed once you come off of hormonal birth control. And that's why it's important, if this is something you're experiencing, to work with a practitioner who can support you, who can get the right testing done for you so that your body can get what it needs and get you back into a state of balance. The third common type is adrenal PCOS. So this has everything to do with your stress response. Most women that I see, almost all, have some level of HPA axis dysfunction. And I have a whole video on that you can check out. But what I mean by this is that your regular stress response throughout the day becomes abnormal due to high levels of stress that happens over time. Chronic stress. I have a video all about how stress impacts your hormones that dives deeper into this. So this looks like a woman who's exhausted. You get, 9 hours of sleep, but it feels like it's not enough. Your cortisol will be high for a period of time to compensate. After that, it's been going on for a long period of time. Now her cortisol is low. And she's just like, I just don't feel I can even get moving. And so this is something that we test for, Dutch hormone test. And finally, the 4th type is inflammatory PCOS. Now, when you're not ovulating, there is some level of inflammation going on in your body. And so this can look like skin issues, headaches, joint pain, fatigue, bowel movements. And Chronic inflammation can also cause your ovaries to produce excessive amounts of testosterone, which can lead to PCOS. You can have high inflammatory markers when you're doing blood tests when it comes to this. And so this is something where we need to look at the health of your gut, because there's not one single symptom that you're experiencing that does not connect back to the health of your gut, which is why I love to do the GI map stool test on women. We're given so much great information doing that. Types of PCOS, check. Now let's move on to what we can do to support healthy ovulation. And the first one, I really have to sit and ask you, are you rushing in the morning and skipping breakfast? Type skip or no, I eat breakfast in the comments to let me know what you are doing. First of all, if you have chronically high levels of stress, you need to eat breakfast to stabilize your blood sugar levels and support healing. For a woman who is already experiencing high levels of stress, skipping breakfast, fasting first thing in the morning may not be the most supportive for you. So you really have to tap into what's been working. And if it hasn't been working, something you've been doing for a while, then it's time to make a change. A diet low in processed sugar and high in fiber, that's key, because fiber helps slow down the digestion of carbohydrates and sugar, which is going to help you maintain steady blood sugar levels. I have a whole 15-minute breakfast recipe guide in my digestion optimization bundle, because I want breakfast to be fast, easy, and making grocery shopping really simple for you. The second thing is to notice your triggers. Our bodies will get louder and louder until we are forced to listen. So if you eat something and that's not sitting well with you, don't ignore it, don't push it to the side, because your body will continue to show up with symptoms until you pay attention. This might look like conventional dairy products for you. This might look like gluten, huge culprit, especially in North America. This is all impacting a deeper conversation of what is happening inside of your gut. And the third thing, there's a difference between eustress versus distress versus hormesis. Eustress is the stress that feels good. Let's say you go skydiving. That's going to feel amazing. That's also going to put a level of stress on your body. And we know that when you think something, a thought in your head, your body will have a physiological response as if that thought is happening in real life. Hormesis means there's a little bit of bad is good. For example, our gut, we don't want our gut to have all 100% good bacteria. You need a little bit of the bad guys to create a balance, not an overgrowth of the bad guys. That's a different story. Again, something we see in the GI map stool test. Distress is the opposite of that feel good stress, and something that a lot of people are experiencing. Do you know the relationship between cortisol and progesterone that I talked about earlier? The progesterone, I say, that your body only produces when you ovulate, which is a result of having a regular period. When you're stressed, your body's production of cortisol increases. And so we really need to pay attention to reducing our stress levels, ensuring we're getting adequate sleep, seeking support if we need to, investing in that practitioner, choosing ourselves, turning off our phone. The fourth one will be the supplements. Please always consult your healthcare provider before starting any new supplement. I am sharing this as general information. This is not medical advice. I'm not your practitioner. The first one is magnesium. Can help with symptoms like fatigue, anxiety that is linked to insulin resistance in PCOS. This is also a mineral that majority of the population is deficient. And omega-3 fish oils, we're not getting enough of the omega-3s in our diet. And so this is very soothing for our gut. This is crucial for those with insulin resistance. This is something that I recommend most people, most women that I work with, and it aids in metabolism and it reduces inflammation in your body. Curcumin, especially beneficial for those struggling with weight issues due to PCOS. This can improve inflammation and insulin sensitivity. As a bonus, I'd like to share my free guide, 10 Steps to Balance Your Hormones Naturally, which has a lot of great information on the foundations that are essential for reversing PCOS. All you have to do is comment balance. We will reply to your comment with the link to download it. If you have any questions at all, please leave a comment, questions for future lives. Like this video so that more people can find it, and subscribe to be a part of the Harmony Queen community. I am sending you so much love. Wherever you are, take care. Bye-bye.
baby, you're bubbly and radiant. You got some flavor and I'm trying to savor it. Palm gripped on the front.